Welcome to this week's episode of Sports in 3 Minutes. Today's episode will be branching off of last week's episode and talking about Super Bowl 48 between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. The major storyline of this week was the trash talk going on between Richard Sherman and Peyton Manning. What do you think of it, Brophy?
I thought it was kind of funny that Sherman called him out for throwing ducks. I mean, everyone knows that, like, a tough corner, like, they're all trash talkers. I mean, it's something personal when they guard a guy one-on-one in man coverage. But I thought it was kind of funny that Peyton Manning fired back saying if ducks or touchdowns and yards or whatever he said. I thought that was kind of funny because it's the two people I would least expect to go at it in, like, a verbal kind of confrontation.
Peyton Manning's not a very verbal attacking person.
Yeah.
They're like the exact opposite of each other. I mean, Peyton Manning has thrown for 50-plus touchdowns this year, broke the record for that and passing yards in a season, so I really don't think he has anything to worry about Richard Sherman.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Now going into the next thing, there's been a major change in the weather forecast for this game. Before, it was supposed to be the coldest Super Bowl ever. Now it's in question, with the projected weather only being around 40 degrees. Do you think that changes into the game?
I think, if anything, it favors the Broncos. Everybody knows Peyton Manning doesn't like playing in the cold. And if anything, I think Seattle, I mean, it's almost like a kick in the face to Seattle.
Yeah, it kind of kills their whole game plan of, I mean, the colder weather would have been better for their defense. The harder the hit, the harder you feel it in the cold.
Yeah.
And looking at they released the referee crew for the game, which will be led by Terry McAulay, who's been known to let physical play happen. How much do you think this benefits the Seahawks in this game?
Well, everybody knows Seattle's an extremely physical, defensive-minded team. So I think in that aspect of the game, it's gonna favor Seattle because Denver's offense is more of like a finesse kind of offensive team, and I think it favors the Seahawks.
Yeah, same here because when you let corners like Browner and Richard Sherman do whatever they want on defense, they'll be pushing around Demaryius Thomas and Eric Decker all game, and I don't know if they're going to like that. And a lot of receivers today are divas, and they don't like being pushed around, so it should be interesting seeing that. Now, breaking down to the final thing, what do you think is the key to the game Sunday?
The key to the game on Sunday is that the Denver Broncos can't be a one-dimensional football team. They rely on the pass, and they have a decent running back, and not a great running back, in Sean Marino. In my book, he's, average. I think they have to establish the run. They have to establish it early, and they have to roll with it. And if they become a one-dimensional team, I think Seattle could, pull it off.
Well, that looks like all the time we have, so you won't get my insight on it. So join us next week for another episode of Sports in 3 Minutes.